When you were in there, you were very stern when it was done with Ramel.
Yeah.
Do you think if you were on the outside, would you have spoken to Ramel in the first place or?
That was one of my biggest fears as well, like potentially falling for someone, because I've never had a boyfriend before.
Have you not?
No.
Never?
I went on a first date once and I got the ick. The guy took food home on the first date.
That's smart.
No, it's not.
Is there anyone from any Love Island that's caught your eye?
I would say that there's two guys
Who?
and then there's... Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the podcast, a podcast hosted by two lovebirds. That's right, myself, Will Young, and my beautiful girlfriend, Jessie Wynter.
Today on the podcast, we have one of my friends and I'm really excited to have her. It is Alima.
You've been out the villa for about 3 months now.
Yeah, 3-4 months now. Yeah.
How has life been?
How has life been after the villa? I find crazy, a roller coaster. I think that's the best way to describe it.
Yep.
If I'm completely honest with you guys, it's just been like crazy.
So you're from Glasgow and you travel down to London quite often now.
Literally.
How's like the travel?
Honestly,
Did you ever
guys-
think you'd be a London girly?
Yeah, honestly, like my plan, like long term, is definitely to move to London. Hopefully that happens very soon because honestly, my back is done with all these trains. Sometimes I do get a flight, but for me, I think that airports in London are so like far out, so it's better for me to just get a train and be in the centre of like London as soon as I, get to London. But it's been a lot of traveling. Sometimes I'm doing it like twice a week, and that's like 5 hours. So yeah, calculating that's about like 20 hours sat on a train, and that's crazy. But that'll be in a busy week. If I'm not as busy, I'll still travel at least once a week, and that's still a lot.
There's still a lot.
Yeah, that is still a lot.
Did you travel to London before Love Island? What did you do for work? What was kind of like the backstory?
Obviously, like for the process, like they like get you flights to come down to London. So I did come to London for that. And then random night outs with my friends, because I think Glasgow nightlife is just like non-existent. So a lot of the times we were like, oh, let's go down to London for the weekend. But maybe I would say that before Love Island, I would have been in London maybe twice a year actually. And yeah, before I was actually working in an office, 9 to 5 girly, I was a wealth manager assistant in Barclays. Oh, I don't know why I just spelled it.
That's okay. I used to work at a bank too, but in Australia.
Yeah.
We bank with Barclays as
Yeah,
well.
do you?
Yeah, we bank with
Do you have
Barclays.
any complaints? I'm joking. Anyways, yes, I was a 9 to 5 girly working in wealth management.
So you used to work in banking, wealth management, and now you do social media.
Yeah.
Is that something you wanted to do or something you saw yourself doing?
I'm going to be completely honest. I think before I ever dreamed of doing Love Island, I've never really looked at myself and thought I would love to be an influencer. It's never really been a dream. I think it just kind of happened. But even then, like right now, I would still love to go down the modeling route, like work with like high-end brands and just do like more high fashion rather than like the normal like influencing. I would say that that's definitely the end goal.
Slay.
Yeah.
So the process the process. Did you audition or did they reach out?
They've actually reached out to me. It was in a random Tuesday afternoon. Why is it always in a random Tuesday? You get that random DM. And I was thinking like, oh, this is very random. I was actually at my break at work, and then I was thinking, do you know what? I may as well just answer the question. And then next thing you know, I had a phone call, and then you know how the process goes. And then after that, I think it's the Zoom call after.
Yeah.
And then next thing you know, I was in London, and yeah, it just happened. I think it went so fast. I was one of the last people to go to the auditions actually, because I only got approached in April, like end of like March, April time.
Yeah.
And I know some people started the process in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
I know.
That's crazy. I'm a little bit disappointed because I wanted you to say that you did a video because I
did
find
not
it
do the
so
video.
interesting.
I know.
We had
Jamie
on,
Yeah.
and he told us about his video, and it's just like you want me to
Fun fact, after I had my Zoom call, they were like, just send us a blank screen as your video. We'll just put you through.
Yes, but so this is
That
the
happened to any
thing.
of you guys as well.
So basically for me, so technically to be in the competition for Love Island, because you win a prize at the end, you have to do the technical application form and do the process, even if you don't fill it out. So you can do like the blank video in order to be able to win. And Will, you didn't do that process. Will didn't
So
do
they
the
probably
application.
knew already that I was never going to win. So they were like, yeah, just send the blank.
No, because you actually did the blank video. It means that your application was in.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I didn't
I
do an application.
You didn't do an application?
No, because I was on TikTok before, and then they just messaged me.
Oh, yeah, because you were like quite known on TikTok.
Yeah,
so
and then they just messaged me, and then I just went in and met the producers, and that was it.
So you didn't even do like the whole app. Oh my God.
Didn't do an application.
And that is
didn't
long
do
as well. Like
anything.
that is so many forms. I can't remember, but like we had so many questions and it was like, what's your type? What's the nicest thing a guy has ever done to you on a day and things like that. And yeah, I just remember like spending so much time doing that. And I can't believe that some people are just out there just...
I know, crazy, isn't it?
But
Like-
you had to do that as well. Answer all those questions.
Yeah, so I had to do the questions, but they said you can just put a dash. Pretty much I needed to do the fill it out and like submit it.
Oh, right.
Because it's a competition and you win money at the end.
Yeah.
You can't win the show if you don't have an application in. It's like the lottery. You can't win without purchasing the ticket.
Yeah.
So if people don't fill out the application but they still go on the show, legally they cannot win.
Oh, that totally makes sense. Yeah, I had to fill in everything. The only thing that I skipped was the video, and that's that. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I regret not filling in there now. What was the reasons you went on Love Island? Was it to find love? Was it an experience? Was it the money?
I think for me, I just wanted like a change of environment. I've always said to myself that I don't want to stay in London, in Glasgow, like my whole life. I've always like wanted to move, whether it was to Dubai or back to Portugal or to London. And I think for me, like when I got contacted for the show, I was like, do you know what? I think it can either go two ways. I can either like meet someone or, you know, come off the show and like have opportunities where I can potentially move out Glasgow. So I'm going to be completely honest, you know. But yeah, like I never really put the fact that I could meet someone on the show, I never really like put that like totally like to the side. Like I was like, if I meet someone, like yes, you know. Yeah, I went to the show very open, like to meet someone. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I feel like, well, it's kind of the dream to come out with someone.
Exactly.
If you're the type of person that's looking for a relationship,
Exactly.
Love Island could be such an amazing opportunity to find that.
Exactly, yeah.
And then you get to come off and you do the same job and it can work out really well.
Exactly.
But then obviously you kind of don't want to get your hopes up. So I
Exactly.
love that you were just like cool, calm and collected about it.
Yeah, I was very much because I'm so picky. Like honestly, like I'm extremely picky. So I knew for a fact that it would take me a lot to like proper like a guy on the show. They would need to tick all the boxes, same boxes that they would need to tick on the outside. I would never go on the show and then lower my standards just because it's Love Island. For me, that just doesn't make sense. So yeah, I know it would take a lot for me to proper like a guy in there.
I love that. So when you were in there, you were very stern when it was done with Ramel.
Yeah.
When you went in, did you say you were going to be 100% yourself? And because when you're in Love Island, you're dealt with what you're given. So
That's true.
sometimes, because there's not that many people there, you do just sort of start to see the positives in people.
Yeah.
But I
Do
feel
you know
like
what?
you
That
were
is
very...
so true. That is the perfect way to describe it.
Do you think if you were on the outside, would you have spoken to Ramel in the first place or...
No, not really. I don't really think... I know this is going to sound horrible, right? But I do look at people's social medias. And I think I remember on the first episode, like one of the girls asked me, what's your biggest ick? And I said, a guy that's got more than like 3 Instagram highlights. And I'm pretty sure Ramel's got like loads of them. And he makes like, you know, random TikToks and things like that. And for me, like, I just don't think it would have really been my scene. I like a guy who only follows like 200 people, only has like 10 followers. And it's like his football coach, his mom, like, do you know what I mean? Yeah, very low
a private
key.
guy.
Yeah, exactly. A very private guy, private profile. So yeah.
Did you watch Love Island before going in?
Do you know what's funny? I actually never like sat down to watch. I think the last season that I proper watched was season 5, the one with Amber and that.
Tom
but even
and
then,
Molly.
yeah, but it wasn't like proper. I think for me it was like more like with TikTok, I can basically tell what's going on in the season.
Yes, you can. TikTok just does keep you up to date.
Yeah, I've never really sat down to watch like a proper full episode of Love Island, but I would be very much, up to date with everything that was going on through TikTok, Instagram, and, YouTube and things like that.
So you kind of understood the gist of what happened when you actually, I guess, because we felt like that when you watch it and actually go in, it's like completely different. Were there any?
100%.
Was there any like massive shocks that surprised you when you went on?
I think how much smaller the villa is in person.
Yes, my dad said that when family came in, and he was just like, "Well, what we've been watching, it seems tiny." Yeah, they must have the cameras on like 0.5.
I think that was definitely one of my biggest shocks, because I remember watching like the show, right? And then so many times people could hear what was going on in the kitchen if they were sat at the fire pit. And I'm like, surely not, like how can you hear? And then it's not until you actually go on that you actually realize that if you're in the fire pit, you can definitely hear, like there's so much echoing as well. Like people can hear people's conversations, and it's just tiny. Honestly, I felt like a Sims character in there at some point.
It is what
yeah, like a little game.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Have you watched anything back?
No.
Because you might just be the same as us. I cringe. I can't watch it.
Thank you. Thanks. Everyone's asking me why you've just gave me the answer. The reason I've not watched anything back is because I genuinely cannot stand seeing my face in camera.
No.
And then just some things that I've said, or I'm so picky with myself as well. Like the way I look, I know I'll be like, why was I wearing this outfit? Why did my hair sit like this? So I'm just like, no, I'm not watching it back.
Yeah.
But obviously, like on TikTok, like you get tagged and mentioning things. So obviously I've watched like videos and like little bits and things like that, but I've not sat to watch the season.
You looked gorge on the season, by the way. You look gorge in person as well, but like you didn't look bad on camera at all.
Like that thing, we're always like,
you pick at it. I know. Yeah. I think that's one of the things with reality TV. It's like, okay, I have to put my insecurities aside and let the whole world see me like fully as I am, which is quite daunting when you think about it.
And then I think after the show as well, like it's almost as if like as girls, we're not allowed to have insecurities, because it's like, oh, but you got casted to go on Love Island. Oh, but you went on Love Island. But that doesn't mean anything. I think people automatically assume that because we went on the show, we're just like super confident and things like that. Or even if someone says, oh, I've got social anxiety, they're like, you're lying, you went on Love Island. But I'm thinking those two things can coexist. Like,
yes,
because Love Island, obviously, like you go through the first week where you don't know the people, but after a while it's just a big family. Whereas like going to like social events where you get to meet people like all the time that you've never met before, you'll still be like anxious. So that's something that, I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, you can't have insecurities or not be confident because you went on Love Island. And I'm like, that's bullshit.
I think as well, because I'm an anxious girly too.
I am as well.
And I feel as though I also always tell myself I'm not going to let my anxiety stop me from having opportunities and having a fun life. So I will always say yes to opportunities,
100%.
But then when it comes to it, I do get scared and I kind of try to push through it.
Yeah.
But then it's like when you get home from the show and stuff and you sit and think about it, as an anxious person, my mind just goes over all these options.
And now you've got all these platforms, like all these people like looking at you, and like sometimes you go through comments like this. Sometimes I'll go through comments, and if I see a negative comment or like, do you know what I mean? It's easy to like get to your head, even if it's the one comment out of 100 positive comments. You know what I mean? Because it's just, I think like, because your life changes. Now you've got like a lot of people having an opinion on you. So yeah, definitely.
I know, it's a lot. And it's such a shame that there are so many negative people on the internet.
Oh, 100%.
But at the same time, there is so much love. And
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to be completely honest. I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh my God, it's been tough with negativity, because I would say that I'm actually quite lucky in that sense. Like when I came out of the show, like it's been nothing but support. And even now as well. So it's good to see that, people really appreciated the way I was on the show.
But it's also a shock, isn't it? When you see a negative comment about you. Because, you just get like random internet trolls that comment.
Oh, 100%.
Just random stuff. And it's, if you're not from that social media background and you suddenly get thrown into it, obviously it's going to be a shock. And I think when people comment online, they don't know what the headspace of the person. Yeah,
they just find we're just like bunch of confident people or extra confident people because we went on the show. But
I think with it, when people watch it, they look at what they're seeing on the TV as like characters and not real people, sort of
100%.
thing. And it's always like the accounts, which is like, I don't know, like chair door finger 128936.
Yeah, it's always like the fake account. Like no one will ever come and say whatever they've got to say like on a real account.
And if they saw you in person, they probably would not say it either.
Yep.
But as well, what I always think when I have these people being negative to me online, I'm like, obviously this person sees something in me that they either envy or a reflection of themselves.
Yeah.
So these people that are sitting there being negative online, if they feel so bad that they have to bring your mood down, imagine how shit they feel at the end of the day.
100%. Yeah.
And it's not an excuse for it. But
yeah, that's definitely a good way to look at it. Definitely.
So when you were in the villa, did the producers have much influence on yourself or people in the villa?
No, I wouldn't say so. I'm a strong-minded person as it is. All my life, I've pretty much made my own decisions. And I think in the villa, it pretty much went that way as well. If I wanted to get to know someone or to speak to someone, I would go. If I didn't want to do something, I also wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I would say like all my decisions were not influenced.
Okay. I feel like you could really see that through the screen, and that's why people loved you.
Yeah.
I mean, you were very authentic, which absolutely love. And even you just speaking about, you know, how their online world can impact you, you're just open. And I think that's what people love. And I think that's what like Love Island sometimes lacks. Those people that are just so firm and stick by themselves.
No, definitely.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree with that. Yeah. Because a lot of like Love Island's changed so much now.
Oh,
and that's
it has.
like the difficulty with people going in. You don't know, and it's a love show, you don't know what people's intentions are, what's going to happen. And it does make it quite a scary place when you're going in.
Yeah.
I guess we got quite lucky but that would be like devastating if like one of us wasn't into it and then the other person was sort of thing.
I know.
Yeah.
I think that, that's actually like, that was one of my biggest fears as well. Like going on the show was like potentially falling for someone because I've never had a boyfriend before.
Have you not?
No.
Never?
No, when I tell you, I think like when you're extra picky and then you're from Glasgow, like that's just recipe for disaster.
What's the boys like in Glasgow? You don't want to end up with a Glasgow boy.
Yeah. No offense to Glasgow boys. I think like, I've lived there not my whole life, but I've lived there like a big chunk of my life and it's not happened. So I don't think it would happen now. Like, I feel like at this point when you go on a night out, you see everyone, you already know everyone. So, do you know what I mean? But yeah, I think my biggest fear going on the show as well was proper falling for someone. And again, bear in mind, it would have been the first time that I've proper fell for someone. And then finding out that person was just in there for like other reasons. And then, do you know what I mean? It's like, where does that leave me?
It's very scary, especially because now people kind of know the outcome of Love Island. Now people know when you go on Love Island, you're probably going to get a following. And like knowing that people could change when they come out is just absolutely terrifying.
That's so
Even
true.
though I love you, Will, I was so scared of that in the villa so much. I think I voiced that to you, but obviously we were both, and you were probably scared about me too. But when we both came out, it worked out. But it is scary, especially like on TV.
I know, but don't get me wrong. Sometimes it truly does not work out because of like people living in different countries or different cities, and then people are not willing to move and things like that. So I know that can happen, and then just different lifestyles after the villa. But yeah, that's a big factor. Like definitely people just being like, yep, won the show now. That's it. That's me.
Yeah. So you said you've never had a boyfriend before.
No.
Have you ever like fallen for someone or had someone that you really liked?
No, like I would say like I've had like situationships and things like that, but I think I've always went into things with like the mindset, like as soon as they fuck up the first time, I'm just going to jump ship. Like I've always been like that. Like,
then don't settle for less.
Exactly. Like I always say to my girls, like never ever lower your standards. If anything, add tax to them, because men will end up doing dirty. Like again, there's like good men out there, like, well, you're one of them, but I'm just saying, some men will end up doing you dirty anyways. And there's nothing worse than finding out that you've had to lower your standards for someone who ended up disappointing you anyways.
Exactly.
So I always say, go for that rich man if you want. Go for that. Do you know what I mean? Because at least like if he disappoints you, you had the Chanel bag. Like you had like those like dates that he paid for. I don't believe in 50-50, so there you go.
Do you, what's been dating like after the villa?
Like so.
Hey, look out!
No, like so. I think I've became even extra picky because now, like, I think like after the villa, I'm just like, yep, like people actually see me as this girl like who stands on business, and I think before I knew, but I think it takes like everybody to actually see it for you to actually be like, damn, I'm actually that girl. So now I'm just like, I'm definitely not going to settle for just any man. So yeah, like sometimes I look at the DMs, but I'm just like, oh, I don't think
like, what are you doing in my DM? Do you know what I mean? Are you in other girls' DMs?
Who's in your DMs then?
I can't.
Who are we talking? I need to put a name to faces.
I think there's a mix of people in my DMs, but there's just not been anyone that I'm like, oh my God. And I remember like in Love Island finals, I think someone asked me, they were like, what is your DMs like? And I'm like, oh, there's just no one interesting. If you're a high value man, like please DM me. And then everybody took it the wrong way. They're like, oh my God, I can't believe Alima's DMs are dry and things like that. But it wasn't even that. It's just like they're there, but I'm just picky. And I think now as well, because you never know, there could be an actual like really good person in your DMs, but because they're private, you don't want to follow them back or see what they like look like, or sometimes you genuinely don't even have the time to go through all of them. So
have you been on any dates?
No, I've actually not been on any dates.
She's been working.
Yeah, I've just been a bit busy, to be fair. But no, it's never say never.
Are you in like work grind mode, or are you thinking about dating, or is that just not on your priority list at the moment?
I'm not going to lie. No, like I think like, see if I was to meet someone and then have like a couple of dates there and then, but I just don't think I've got the time right now in my life to take anyone seriously, if I'm completely honest. Maybe have some fun, but like proper date, no, I don't think so.
But I respect that so much, because I feel like people are always talking about relationships and stuff. And I think there's actually nothing wrong in being a strong individual.
Yeah.
And like you can focus on your life and still slay. You don't need a man.
Definitely. Don't get me wrong. There's some days I'm like, oh, I wish I had a boyfriend. But then I think that's probably like,
it's always when you're hungover or something.
Yeah, exactly.
When you want to get some takeout and just have a cuddle.
Literally, always on a Sunday, and then the new week starts, and I'm like, imagine having to text a boy every single day. No thanks. So I'm just like,
you're not a big texter.
Yeah, no, I actually do love texting, FaceTime probably, but it's just like when I see my friends in relationships, like it's just like having to update the person like every single time and things. You guys will probably relate. I just don't think I've got that in me right now, you know. But at the same time, I love dressing up, going on a cute date and things like that. So it's just like, how do I get the relationship benefits but without actually the label? You know what I mean?
Go on girl dates.
Yeah, and like with being able to ghost a person for like 5 days, like. Oh, shit was happening, and then just come back.
The thing is, you need to find that right person for you, because Will and I, before we met each other, I was very much like single and can't be asked dating. I was like, why am I giving you my time? That's just boring. Can't be bothered. And then Will was kind of the same. So that now that we're together, it's like we understand it. Like if we ghost each other or something, which barely happens because we live with each other.
Yeah, ever goes.
When we're like in Australia, we just sometimes don't talk, but it's not deep. Yeah. It's not like that.
Time difference, woman.
Yeah, but it's not deep, because otherwise sometimes in relationships, people are like, text me now, and very like on each other's backs. So you need to find that balance.
No, I could never be like that. Like I'm not a very clingy person. I'm not clingy at all.
Yeah.
And I think for me, even if I was in a relationship or long-term relationship, I still need my time. You know, I need space. I'm not really like big into like affection and things like that. But that doesn't mean that the love is not there. But I mean, maybe it just brings it back to me never having a boyfriend before. So I'm probably sat here saying all these things, and then once I'm in my lover girl era, I'm like, oh my God, I didn't know I was like that.
The biggest simp.
Yeah, but it just takes me back to when people say I'm not ready for a relationship. I think that's bullshit. They've just not found a person, and I think that's me right now. I'm saying, oh, I'm not ready, I'm busy, but I genuinely just not I've not found.
You haven't got the person. Yeah, we've actually spoke about that on the pod when people have been like, like right person, wrong time. I don't
believe in that.
I don't believe in that, because
I think, especially with men, I think men are hunters. They know exactly what they want. And it's like, if you go to a shop, right, and you see a Chanel bag and you've got the money for it, why would you not want to buy it right there and then? Why would you want to go home and then risk someone else buying that bag? I think it's the same with men. Like, why would you risk someone else like taking your woman out of the market? Do you know what I mean? If you really want that woman, you'll get her. If you don't, or if you're lingering, it's because you don't really want her. And that's the truth.
Yes. We love that. But as well, I feel like you will meet your person when it's the right time. And like, you don't need to go out and hunt. Like, you are that girl. So you don't need to be hunting like that.
Definitely. I'll just, and I think like, cause I've got such high standards, I'm like, that man just needs to come, because otherwise I'm not. I think when you start like forcing things, it's just, Yeah.
We love a girly who knows her self-worth
100%.
and has high standards, and don't ever drop those standards, girls.
I know.
If you know what you want, don't drop it.
I know. Everyone should be like that. Even boys as well. I think like everyone should have high standards.
100%.
Definitely.
Yeah, well, I said that I'm dating to marry, so then I'm
exactly
done now.
Yeah, and that brings it back. Like your family needs to like the girl that you're with. Like she needs to have like qualities that you see like in a wife or like the mother of your kids. Do you know what I mean? I think now like we're not 19 anymore. If we're dating, it's someone that we want to see long term. So
100%. I just want to take it back to the villa because I want to know a couple of things.
Ask me.
Who vaped and smoked in the villa?
Oh, I'm not disclosing that, guys.
We always tried to get that one out.
I would say a lot of there was a lot of people who vaped in there. Way more people who vaped than people didn't do anything. Me personally, I didn't smoke, I didn't vape, or I didn't like drink at all. So whenever I was stressed, what did I even do when I was stressed? Nothing, you know. Just walked around. Can't even get in the pool because I can't swim either. So
how did you feel when you got stressed? Like, because obviously it's a really difficult situation because you're it's not like me and Jessie said that it's not like you can go on a walk, it's not like you can call your family or your best friend. Yeah. You're stuck.
I think you have 6 in the villa, and I think it's safe to say that I abused of them. I was there like every day actually. I would go and speak to them, and I think that helped a lot.
Yeah.
But spending a lot of downtime by myself as well, actually, because as you were saying, if you're in the house and if you're not feeling yourself, you can literally just take a day where it's just you and your thoughts. Whereas in the villa, there's always someone in the corner. But I think some days I would literally just genuinely just like take the time to like even just sit myself for a bit, and I think that helped me a lot. But yeah, in the villa, the way I felt this year, especially because of the twists, because of the 10th year anniversary, or was it 10th year, 12th year anniversary?
I think it was 10 years maybe.
10 years.
Yeah, 10
I felt as if like we were constantly on the edge. You could have the best day with your partner, but even during sleep, I would be on the edge because I'm like, I don't know if there's going to be a twist and they're going to wake me up like right now and be like, there's a decoupling, someone's going home. Like, I feel like it's safe to say that all of us, we always felt on the edge, even if it was the best day ever. You just don't know what could happen. I remember in the heart rate challenge, we were like, yep, someone's going to walk in, like a bombshell's going to walk in. We just kept second guessing, and I'm pretty sure.
Did you get told off for that? Because we used to guess. Yeah,
I'm sure someone, I think Billy Kiss was actually supposed to walk in the heart rate challenge, but because we kept second guessing, so they had to abort the mission.
Yes, because they do that. They change it. It's just all a matter of time. Because I was supposed to come in later, I think. Yeah. But then they brought me in earlier. Yeah. So they just like change it all around.
Depending on how the show goes.
Yeah. Which is crazy from there.
Mad.
How much planning and stuff. They're like, yep, need the bombshells to go in. Because when I was in cast holding, I think they just called. They're like, okay, you're going to go in tomorrow now.
Well, when you think about it, loads of people get flown out and people don't actually go on the show. And it's all of how the story plays out.
Literally.
And then it's crazy to think about it because they probably have so many different options of how they think the story's going to play out, and then they just put bombshells.
Yeah, I was thinking
connected to
do you know
the
what? I always
storyline.
thought if like when they pick out like the cast that they want as main cast, and then when they have us all to fly out to Spain, I wonder if they've got 2 different sets of main casts. In case like 1 or 2 people can't make it in, will they have the other? So do you know how many people the starting lineup? Is it 6 or 12?
10.
So 10. Do you think they fly 20 people out just in case? Because what would they do if like the day before, right? 5 people are sick. Surely they need to have another 5 people in Spain already. Do you ever thought about that?
They do fly loads of people out. So there are people in cast holding that just don't even make the show, which is crazy.
That's mad, isn't it?
And I think the bombshells, like the first few bombshells, they do the promos as though they could be starting cast or they might not be. Like Ellie.
because I think Connor, he was supposed to be like bombshell, but because something happened, he was literally changed to be main cast.
Yeah, so that's why when you're in cast holding as well, they come in at heaps and ask like, what's your type? How are you feeling? Yeah. And if someone's in cast holding and they don't seem like bombshell energy, they might leave them in cast holding for a little bit longer until they do. It's just like, it's
I remember
crazy.
I got told, they were like, Do you know what's funny? Like from the moment that I went down to ITV, I knew I was going to go in the show. I don't know why. And I knew I was going to be main cast as well. I just knew it. I think sometimes you just know. And then I remember they told me like, obviously like, you're not in the villa. They always say to you, you're not in the villa until you are.
So annoying.
And then they were also like, oh, you may be main cast or you may be a bombshell. But I remember looking at them and I was like, I genuinely don't have bombshell energy. Do you know when there's those girls that are just like sexy, I'm going to steal your man? That's just not me.
I think I would have been a terrible bombshell.
Well,
I said
honestly,
that.
What are you supposed to go and say? Like, hi, how you doing?
I would have been terrible.
Do you know what I mean?
So I think I was the luckiest bombshell ever.
Yeah.
Because Will was just like, you're already single.
I was just like chilling for like the first 6 days.
Oh my God. You were just like, holiday.
Yeah, I was just like chilling.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh, you have to be a bombshell. So I was like practicing and I was just thinking, what
was your entrance? Was it yourself or?
I came in with another Australian guy. So we were just like, his name's Aaron.
What? How long was he there for?
A couple of weeks, I think.
He was there for a couple of weeks.
I came in and we were on I didn't like walk in by myself, which was amazing. I was
think that's people's
relieved.
biggest fear actually. It's just bombshells having to walk in by yourself. Like Molly Mays, for example, like the tub scene, like, oh my God.
That's not that bad. We had someone called Claudia who had to do the heart rate challenge.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
like
then she
that would be my
and it was just
fear.
like,
how do people even do that? Because I was nervous for my heart rate challenge. Imagine like having to do it with people that you don't know. I think you
just got to ignore, just do it.
Honestly.
Sort of
What was the challenge that you were most nervous to do?
Heart rate challenge.
I thought that was terrifying.
Did you enjoy it? I fucking loved it.
Oh, I loved it after. After I was like, I want to go and do it again. But see, before, especially because I don't drink as well, so it's not like I could have like something. But I remember like they gave me WKD and I had never drank like WKD in the villa. It was always like lemonade or something, because me and Yasmin were one of the only girls that just never drank. So that day they were like, oh, you just need a buzz, so like it's 0% alcohol, but I swear to God there was something in there. I don't know if it's placebo effect, but that as soon as I drank that, I was like, that was not me, that was Patricia, because I did not recognize the Alima that everybody knew. I think for me, I just had in mind like Mary's do you remember, like, is it her name, like Mary Bedford or something? And I was like, this can either go two ways. I'm going to become the next national TV meme or people are going to love this. So Alima, just go for it.
Yeah.
And I remember at first I was like, I'm just going to do the most to like one or two boys. But then I was like, do you know what? You only get to do this once. You may as well just do it to every single guy. And I was like, yeah. And then I think this song really helped as well. I just want to party for you. So I was like, just in my element.
You actually did amazing in the heart rate challenge.
Thank you.
It was really nice as a viewer because I feel like do you remember when we were watching it? I was like, don't look too much. But anyways, we were like,
I bet you were like, Alima's going to do the bare minimum. She's just going to go and like, and then you were like, oh.
No, but we saw your confidence really come out. Yeah. And I think that's why it was so upsetting when you got dumped, because it really seemed like in that episode, you were coming out of your shell.
Yeah,
you were feeling yourself. You were so confident.
Yeah, I remember the day after, like the producers, it was just a normal night. And they were like, do you want any more WKD? Because they wanted me to like be like pure buzzy and things like that. And then next thing you know.
That's why it was so bizarre when you got dumped. Which
it was random, wasn't it?
It was so random.
Yeah.
We were shocked. So we were actually at an event in London. Do you remember?
Right, yes.
And Instagram update you really early.
Yeah.
They just immediately post it. And we hadn't watched the episode.
Right.
Because your season's actually the first season we
fully
were
into.
When
you saw that?
So we were I was on the tube and I opened my Instagram app.
Yeah, just Instagram randomly.
First thing said your face and dumped. And I went, and then I said to Will, I was like, oh my God. I was like, do you know who got dumped? And he's like, don't tell me, don't tell me.
I don't like to know. I like to watch and like understand it. I feel like with reality TV, I can't.
From her reaction, did you not want to know straight away? Because I would have been like,
it was you.
No, I want to watch it and enjoy it, because then like when I know who's dumped, I'm like, what's actually the point in watching?
Yeah, because now like,
everyone was really shocked when you got dumped, because it looked like you were coming out of your shell. You were connecting quite well with Ben at the time.
Yeah.
Have you and Ben?
Was that authentic?
It actually was.
Because from a viewer's point of view,
what did it look like?
It was like a surprise.
But you looked really happy and confident. You looked really happy and confident.
Yes, I feel like when you kissed him, because your first kiss was on the terrace, correct? Was it?
No, it was actually after the heart rate. No. We had other kisses, but they didn't show that.
Oh.
See, that's what I mean. That's when I felt like I was like, oh, I haven't really seen like too much happening or like the connection.
All my family and
shock.
friends knew. They were like, for her to be acting this way, there's something that didn't get shown, because it takes her a lot to like proper. She wouldn't just randomly start liking a guy and kissing them.
Yeah.
So first week, me and Ben actually had a couple of chats, and he said to me, like, and I remember when we were all stood up and the boys were coming, like me and him actually clocked eyes, but obviously then he went for Shakira, and then me and Blue like had that, whatever that was, I can't remember. So then we never really got to explore that, but there was a couple of challenges in which like he'd get questions like, oh, if you weren't coupled up with Shakira, who would you have picked, or who would you have been coupled up with? And then he would go and kiss me, but they didn't show any of that. And then we actually had a couple of chats and we got along. And I think some people started to pick up that we were always together in the background, and we genuinely started to get along as friends. And I fancied him, and I was like, oh, he's actually good looking. And then Ramel came in, so I never really got the chance to explore that. And then he was with Shakira as well, so, you know.
And since leaving the villa, have you?
No, we speak there and then, but yeah.
Have your opinions changed on him at all since leaving the villa?
I think he's a great person. Let's put it that way, but that's about it. I don't know if it would be like dating material. You know.
So we saw you and Ben starting to get along. You had your little iconic moment in the heart rate challenge.
Yeah.
And then you got dumped. So yeah, that was just, everyone was so mad.
Yeah, it was crazy. Because I remember when I got the text to go down to the fire pit, me and him were actually up in the terrace, and we were actually like really cozy and stuff. And like, yeah, I was like, oh my God, this is great, amazing. And then we get the text, but because you just never know what happens, it could have been anything, could have been like a bombshell coming in.
Yeah.
But that day, I actually didn't think I'd be going home, because I thought if it's another recoupling, Ben's going to pick me. And I thought if it's not even a recoupling, like Bombshell's going to get to pick. And because me and Bellicus had gotten along so well, I'm like, she's never going to pick the guy that I'm with, because she's not going to want me to go home. So I was completely confident going into that recoupling. But then, yeah. And then when it happened, I wasn't sad or anything. I was like, right, okay, I'll see you guys in like 2 or 3 weeks time anyways. I remember Yasmin was sobbing, and I'm like, oh my God, don't you literally see me in like 3 weeks time? That was still a long time, but I just wanted to make them feel better.
But do you think it was unfair and that your villa journey was unnecessarily cut short?
I think, let's put it this way, I think there was a bit more for me to give. And I think after like Ramel had left, I went through a rough time in the villa where I was still mourning the situation, even though I didn't want anything to do with him. But I was still like, because in the villa, everything happened so fast. So I was like, 5 days ago, I was in bed with Ramel and we were getting along so well. And then now he's went to the sleepover villa. He obviously did what he did and he got dumped. And now I'm like in a friendship couple. And because you're in the villa, you don't have the time to process everything. You need to move on fast. And I remember like, I was actually trying to like be, you know, a bit more full on with Ben, but I just couldn't, because I hadn't processed the situation with Ramel fully. And then after the heart rate challenge, that's when I was like, do you know what? Like, you never know when you're going home, so you may as well just come out your shell fully, Alima. And that's when I was like, yep. I was even flirting with the boys more. I remember like, Gio, I don't know why, we had such a good chat. And he was like, oh my God, like, where was this Alima a couple of days ago? All the boys, you were like, oh, Alima, I'm loving to see this side of you. And I was like, yep, like now it's just going to be game on. I'm going to go for what I want. And that only lasted not even a day, like 17 hours.
Yeah.
And I was raging as well, because I knew that my parents had seen the heart rate challenge. And that was my biggest fear, because I didn't know what they thought about it. And I was like, at least if I do it, by the time I come out, they'll forget about it. And then I literally do it and I get dumped the day after. And you know when they give you like the phone and you need to phone your parents, I was terrified, but they didn't care about it.
Is there anything you regret looking back?
Oh, 100%. I think not being as open or not giving like clear signs to the boys that I would be interested to getting to know them, because a lot of them actually said to me in the villa, you give zero signs. They can't tell whether they can approach me or speak to me, which I always got that all my life, to be fair. Like I always go clubbing, like boys will look, but they will never come and actually approach me or speak to me.
That's how you know you're beautiful.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I also think it's because I don't drink as well. So I've always got that face, I think. And sometimes I'm like, I wonder what it's like to go out and actually be drunk. Like, I feel like it's like you're carefree and you don't care and like you're more approachable. But because I'm always sober, I'm like not judging, right? But to be fair, I'll judge people that kiss in the club. Like that's something I'll always judge. But I'm always like, I don't know. So
can I ask why you don't drink?
I think like all my life really, like I've grew up like not drinking. So, and then like my family, like we just don't drink. And then the way I look at it is like I've got such like good, amazing, healthy family, and like we're all so happy, and like they've never really like felt the need to drink. So like, why should I do it? If that makes sense.
I love that. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, I also take fitness very seriously, and I find like not drinking like it brings so many benefits. And I grew up in Portugal as well. Like there's no drinking culture in Portugal. So when I moved to Scotland, which I think the drinking culture there is even bigger than the UK, I was like,
it's
oh
big
my
drinking
God,
culture in
it'll
Scotland.
be like 20 degrees or like 15 degrees, are like, oh my God, let's go to the park and drink Buckfast. Like that's like their national drink there. Or Echo Falls. I don't know if that's a Scottish thing. Is that?
I know about Echo Falls,
yeah, all those drinks. And yeah, I've never really, and I think there's nothing better than like going out on a Saturday and then Sunday, all your pals have got the fear and you're just fresh in the gym and like, like.
Weekends last longer. I know when I'm hungover on a Sunday, it's just like a write-off day, but like we chilled this weekend and just like when pumpkin picking it on Sunday.
Oh, that's
like,
okay. See, like you
wholesome.
get to these little things,
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, I always say to people, even just go through a phase where you don't drink, like you look back and be like, oh my God, this is actually great, not drinking.
Did so much in that time.
Yeah, even like physically, like the way like your body changes as well, it's crazy. Like you get rid of like puffiness and like you just feel like you're not in the edge. Like you can go on a night out and not have the fear the day after and things like that. So,
do you enjoy nights out when you don't drink?
Yeah, honestly, I'm the biggest party animal, even though I don't drink. Like, I did it all, like Mykonos, Ibiza, like Marbella, you call it. I think the only thing is just the actual meeting people on a night out, because I will not approach a man, but also I'm not approachable because I'm not like dropping those moves or like being do you know what I mean? Because I'm not drunk, basically. Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, I feel like not drinking is becoming more and more common. But I think if you've kind of grown up from I started drinking when I was 18 and whatnot on the weekends.
What's drinking culture there in Australia? Is it big? I feel like everybody.
Really big.
I'm surprised. I feel like everybody takes their fitness really, really seriously.
Very balanced lifestyle. But I went through phases where I didn't drink for ages, and I would always be designated driver. So I'd go out with my friends and just be sober. But then everyone would always just assume you're drunk if you're out. They'd be like, oh my God.
And I think when you're younger, it's easier to fall into like peer pressure. Like if you say you're not drinking and your friends are like 17, 18, they'll be like, come on. Whereas now, if a 25-year-old tells you they're not drinking, you're not going to sit there and be like, oh my God, please. Do you know what I mean? Because we're all mature now.
The only thing I didn't like about going out sober all the time was people do ick you out because like alcohol breath when you're not drinking.
Oh my God,
and alcohol breath.
And I think that's why I get the ick of people kissing in the club and I'm like, can you just smell that? Like,
I feel like when you have a drink, you actually can't smell it. But then if you're sober, sober, you can.
And not even that. If you're deeper, you're literally like kissing someone that you didn't know about their existence like 2 hours.
So you never kissed in the club?
2 hours ago. Like never. Oh my God, I did like once when I was like 16 or something. But ever since, like, when I tell you, like, so many things give me the ick. Like, this one, oh my God, I actually remember I told this to the production. Like, I went on a first date once and I got the ick because the guy took food home on the first date.
That's smart.
No, it's not.
Is it on your first date?
He had money. He was a footballer. We went down to Manchester. We went to... What's that? Tattoo Manchester. I feel like that's like the standard Asian restaurant that everybody goes to. And the bill was quite high. Obviously, he paid like, because, I do not believe in 50-50 at all. And then we had ordered loads. And then obviously like the girl comes in, obviously he pays for the bill. And I'm like, right, that's us. What do you mean he's asking for a white bag? I was like, what?
How much food
was
left?
I actually respect it.
It was like chicken. It was like, just like loads of chicken, to be fair.
I respect it.
And because we had like ordered like we ordered like picky bits.
Yeah, see, picky bits is different.
It was food, but just like loads of different ones.
No.
Don't lie.
Listen.
Jesse's worse than me. Jessie will take satchels of sauce.
But the thing is though, I don't mind. I don't mind if it's a long-term relationship.
Yes.
Like, oh my God, if I had been going out with that guy for like 5 years or like 1 year or like months, I'd literally be like, yeah, take it. But I just feel like on a first date, you just don't take food home regardless. And I know it's not because he needed it, because obviously like he had the money.
Did he pick you up in a car?
Yeah, like actually, like he was the same guy who drove from Manchester all the way to Glasgow to take me on a date.
Oh, that's quite sweet.
Yeah.
And then he took home the...
Oh my God, I can't name names. He's got a girlfriend now. And they're happily and they're not married, but they've been in a long-term relationship for...
I respect
What
that.
team does he play for, at least?
So he was a Scottish footballer, went to play to a German team, and now I think it was, what's that Liga called? Bundesliga?
Bundesliga
yeah,
German?
The team was there. And then now he literally just got signed again to go and play down in England. And that's it. I can't tell much.
But on the first date, you're so prone to icks. Like, on the first date, you pay attention to so many small things. That would give me an ick on the first date.
Exactly.
But now we're like happily in a relationship. I actually do not
You'd
care.
encourage him. You'd be like, well, what are you doing? Like, take the food. But I think for me, it was just a walk of shame. Other girls looking. And then my man is like walking away with like this big box. Like, I was just like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Well, I feel like you've got a lot of stories about icks. Can you give us another one?
So Instagram highlights, taking food home on a first date. I'm trying to think of other things that are an absolute no for me. I think it's just like light skin TikToks. I'll explain. So it doesn't matter what skin tone you are. Like for me, a light skin TikTok's just like boys that like make those TikToks where like flexing their like muscles. And I'm just like, oh my God, what are you doing? And I'm trying to think. Just boys are always like, good morning, princess, and things like that. I'm just like, why?
Good morning, the earth says hello.
Oh my God, yeah. And I feel like it's always the guy like that wants to give you like...
a bit too much.
Literally, it's always like them that want to give you like their whole like, you know, the best experience ever. But I just can't. I just cringe. Like, I want a man... I don't know. Like, I also don't want a man that's like nonchalant. I don't know.
Give us what would be your perfect on paper man?
Right, a really handsome. Like honestly, like it needs to be like Prince Charming. I need to look at you and be like, oh my God, you are straight out of like a Disney movie. Like really easy to look at. Tall as well, and then just like I don't know, like just someone who's like caring. Someone. I don't like a man who gives attention to a lot of girls as well. If anybody can have you, I don't want you. You know, I don't want people to be like, oh my God, yeah, I got with him and things like that, like too many times, if that makes sense. Or when you're scrolling Instagram and that guy's name is everywhere. I think, do you know, like Michelle Moroni? Like the guy from 365 Days.
So that's your type.
But yeah, do you know what's funny? He actually liked my picture the other day. I was like,
he did?
He did.
Really?
Did you just DM him?
What?
DM him right now.
No, because he's not like, from a guy's perspective, he liked my picture. In fact, like,
on Instagram?
Yeah. And it wasn't even the first picture as
well.
Did
you like anything back?
I was going to, but I'm scared. Like, I don't know.
Now.
No.
How do you think he came across your profile?
I don't know. Because like he didn't follow me or anything. And he didn't like the first picture either, which means he scrolled.
He's looking for attention. Yeah. He wants you to notice.
But you're saying DM, like, see if a girl, like, obviously, if you were single, right? No, that's the wrong, because you're with like Jessie. From a guy's perspective, if they like a girl's picture, are they looking for a DM?
Yes, 100% yes.
Then look, I don't know if they're looking for. I feel like they're testing. I feel like they're testing the water. Though, so if, I feel like how it goes, or how it used to go back in my dating phase, is that you would like a photo. And then they would like one back, and then that's kind of the A-OK to message.
Yeah.
Or they would reply to a story.
Yeah,
even.
so you need to like a photo back to say, hey,
because I think
buddy,
that's a bit...
I'm here. You know what I mean? I'm
He's
here.
so handsome. And I like older men as well, like on their 30s. I don't know what it is, like just something about like mature men.
You're a very mature girl. I can see you're very emotionally mature.
Yeah.
You need a guy that's not.
Exactly.
Immature.
Like everyone thought I was way older in the villa. Like all the bombshells coming in, like whether it was boys or girls, they all thought I was like 26, 27. And I was like, no, I'm only 23. At the time I was 23. And they were like, oh my God. I think it was just the way I carried myself pretty much.
So with your type, did you think that Love Island attempted to put that in the villa?
I mean, because obviously I spoke a lot about looks, like just handsome guy. And I think like, if you're being casted for Love Island, you know, like boys-wise, it needs to be like handsome. But whether like black or white, for me, I genuinely don't have like a type when it comes to that. Like I will date like anyone. Like when it comes to girls in the villa, I think like I was the only like dark, me and Bellicus were the only dark-skinned girls. And even then, like we weren't in the villa at the same time. And I know there was a couple of seasons where there was like more like black girls and at the same time. So I was just like, it could have happened this season, but you know, it just didn't. Yeah, I think maybe like more diversity when it comes to like girls and like things like that. And like even like men as well, you know.
Yeah, I feel like definitely what happened with you this season, how the way you got dumped and everything, not about it.
I think it's just,
and
it's
I just
not
feel
nice, you know, to like swap. So it's basically like, you're not enough, but we're going to bring someone who is, you get me?
Well, it just sucked that you were getting to know Ben and then you got dumped.
I know, like that was just so random. Like sometimes it makes me wonder if I was still there, like where would that have went?
Exactly.
But, yeah.
Well, like, you can always rekindle things now.
Yeah, we can. But yeah, I think he stays so far as well. I'm in Scotland, like we're just so busy. So
I think we're going to have to ask this question. All Stars coming up. Thoughts on that?
Do you know, this question gets asked a lot, and I genuinely could not tell you.
Would you want to do it?
No, I'm not desperate to do All Stars. It's not an immediate need in my life right now. And yeah, let's just put it that way.
But if you got asked to,
I think it would take me a lot of consideration for me to do it.
And why is it that you don't necessarily want to do it?
I think for me, it's just like, because I've just come out the show, and I think I've not gave myself enough time as well to even establish myself like within like what I'm doing now and things like that. So I just don't know. And then I'm thinking like, is there going to be anybody in for me there as well?
Is there anyone from any Love Island that's caught your eye?
But that person has already said publicly that they'd never do it again.
Who?
This cannot go in the camera. I would say that there's 2 guys. One has publicly said that they would never go on the show again. So like, and then
who?
And then there's oh my god.
We would love to see you on All Stars, obviously, but I respect as well that you're doing what you want and you're focusing on your career.
Yeah.
But if you do go on All Stars, we will be behind the screen supporting you the whole way. Who from your season do you think would be the most likely to go on All Stars?
I think that Andrade will definitely go on it. I'm trying to think who else. I think because there's so many people that would most likely go on from our season, they wouldn't put all of us. So I think Andrade, that's the only person that I can think of that I am 100% sure that's going.
Do you reckon any of the guys or if you had to choose one of the guys from your season, who would be most likely to?
Guys-wise, anyone who's single.
Anyone who's single, really.
Anyone who's single and gets asked, I think, would be down.
And who are you most closest to from your season since leaving the villa?
I'm actually really close friends with Yasmin.
I love Yas.
Oh, she's just so cute. And then obviously like Tony and Shakira. And then Lauren and Emily. Which is quite interesting because me and Lauren, like, we weren't in the villa at the same time, but she's actually such a sweetheart.
Yeah. I always see you girls hanging out all the time. I think it's really sweet.
She's just so cute, honestly. She's a bit silly, like, asks really silly questions. Like, but she's so cute. Like, I booked a hotel and she was like, is that a 2-bedroom? And I'm like, what? Like, just silly questions. She's the type to ask a question, is there a mattress in the place? And I'm like, what do you mean?
Is there a mattress?
Like, what?
Is there anyone from your season that you don't talk to?
I'm trying to think. I don't talk to the male at all.
You
can put that. I don't care.
Fair enough.
From my season, the male is the only person who I don't talk to at all.
Did he try to reach out to you after the show at all?
He tried to speak to me in the club, and I was just like, respectfully, my taxi's outside, and then that was that, really.
Standing on business.
Yeah, standing on business, standing on 10 toes. Cluck.
Get it, yeah.
Oh God.
Oh, well, thank you so much for coming on the podcast
you're welcome.
today.
I'm so glad we finally did this, honestly.
I know. I feel like we could literally talk to you for hours. We didn't even need our notes today.
No, literally, we just
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. And remember, like, subscribe, wherever you're getting the podcast from. Thank you.
Love ya.
Bye.
Bye.